Hey guys, it's Milana here and Koa. Last night I watched a movie about Whitney Houston. I believe it's called I Want to Dance with Somebody, and it's kind of like a documentary style about her life. And I didn't know anything about Whitney Houston before watching this, and it totally blew my mind, shook me to my core. This movie was amazing. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It was extremely good. And I noticed some really important life lessons in it and how it applies to subconscious programming. And I was just like, I have to share this with my community online, because these lessons, like, if we can talk about these things and stop people from making these mistakes that were like not her fault at all, it'll just save you so much time and just give you so much more love and fulfillment in your life. So yeah, before we get into that, make sure you are subscribed to this channel so that you get all of my future amazing videos that will just help you change your life, live the life of your dreams, manifest anything and everything that you desire, and just be so in love with life. So make sure you're subscribed. And I want to share a comment from Jamie. Jamie wrote me another poem, and it's just so beautiful, and I wanted to share this love with all of you guys. So I'm gonna read that poem first. And then at the end of the video, I'm gonna share a poem from my book, but that'll be after we talk about today's topic. So Jamie's poem says, it's titled Future Lover. Okay, Koa, you can get down now. So Future Lover. Universe, I trust you. There's no need to force. Pure wisdom, safe guidance, that heavenly source. Bring me my partner, the ultimate catch, someone who adores me, vibrational match. Align us with bliss, divine happy presence. No reason to change my spiritual essence. Together eternal, even death cannot part. He'll love me forever, with all of his heart. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for creating that beautiful poem, Jamie, and for sharing it here on this channel for everyone to really take that in and take in that energy for manifesting their future lover and their future soulmate. So I'm just sending out all of those good vibes and all that love to you watching this video, and may it manifest in your life in the most beautiful, divine way. Okay, so let's talk about this movie that I saw last night that just broke my heart. And we have so many good lessons from it that we can all learn from. Okay, so I'll give you a brief recap of what happens in the movie so that you know what I'm talking about. So Whitney Houston, she's like, I believe she's like 18, 19, maybe like 22. She's just like in that young adult phase. And then she gets signed with a record label, and they say in the movie that she grew up in the hood. She comes from the hood. And it shows some scenes of what her family life is like. And her parents are very toxic. They're screaming at each other. They're fighting. They're yelling, calling each other horrible things. They're breaking things, smashing things. Like, it's just very unhealthy. And it shows her crying and like hiding out in her room. I believe her and her brothers turn to like some sort of drugs, maybe pot or whatever, alcohol, and they're just trying to escape because this is a very toxic, unloving environment. So that's just a brief background of what her childhood is like. Her parents also loved her very much. Like, it's not like they were just abusive and toxic. They were also like supportive and loved her and wanted to see her succeed. So it's definitely a gray area. So that's her upbringing, and then she's obviously this amazing, talented singer with the most beautiful voice of all time, really. And she gets discovered, and she starts creating music, and she's starting to get really famous. She becomes labeled as like the best voice of her generation. She truly has like this amazing musical gift, this vocal talent that's just like God-given. She's incredible and gets super famous, is super big. And she is dating this guy, and then it's so crazy. He proposes to her and she says yes. And then it comes out, he tells her that he actually got another girl pregnant, so he cheated on her. And she freaks out, she flips out, she's like, oh my gosh, like, you get me to accept your proposal and then you tell me you were cheating on me? And he's like, no baby, I don't want to lose you, it's you and me, and blah blah blah. She ends up choosing him. They end up getting married. And, you know, she gets more and more famous and more successful, and as this happens, he continues to cheat on her. It's super heartbreaking because she's this amazing, wonderful woman, and she's getting cheated on, and then she tries to leave her husband, but he's acting very abusive towards her and is threatening her, and like, it looks like he's about to physically abuse her. Who knows what happened in real life, but it's very sad, very hard to watch. Your heart just breaks for her that she's in this situation. And they have a baby together, like they have a kid, and it's just, you can tell that she kind of gets hardened by the world. Like, she wants love. And she even says in the movie, like, when she was really young, she says, I want to get a husband, like, I want to have a family, I want that love and that family life. And like, she gets her husband, she has her kid, her husband is abusive, cheats on her, is toxic, and she has this wonderful baby. But now she's in this place where like, she is like on tours and just super famous and super successful, but she's kind of dead inside. Like, she's very depressed, very sad. She doesn't have anyone she can really trust other than her one best friend. But yeah, and as the movie goes on, it turns out, so she had hired like her family members to help her run her business and like be her manager and stuff. And one of the people who she should have trusted the most is her dad. And her dad was giving everyone just all these credit cards and spending all of her money. So she was making millions and millions of dollars, like working super hard, but the people who were running her business were spending it all on a bunch of who knows what, like not investments. It wasn't growing. It was just getting thrown away. And to make this even worse, her dad was cheating on her mom with somebody else, and she caught her dad doing it. Like, she knew it was happening, but she never, as far as we know, as a viewer watching the movie, like, she never confronted her dad about it or told her mom. So she had been witnessing this for years, by the way. So she witnessed her mom being cheated on, her dad cheating on her, and like not treating her well and the business well. And she ended up attracting all that same stuff into her new business, into her new life, because she was getting cheated on, like in an abusive relationship. All of her money was being spent. Like, she had all this fame and success and fortune, but it was just not making her happy, not making her fulfilled. It was just tearing her down. And she ends up turning to drugs and alcohol, and she gets in this really bad addiction. And she goes to rehab, and very tragically, it's so sad, and my heart breaks to share this, and I just want to pay all of my respects and all of my love to her and her family. She passed away at age 48. That's so young. And she was so talented and had such a pure heart and such a gift and such a desire to love and to be loved and to share her gift with the world. It breaks my heart that she had such a tragic life and such a tragic ending. And so it really inspired me to make this video so that we can talk about how all of us can avoid the mistakes that she made. So let's talk about what she wanted. What she consciously wanted was love. She said, I want a husband, I want a kid, I want the family life. And she also wanted to share her gift with the world. Like, she wanted to shine. She wanted to be a superstar. And she had all this baggage, all of this subconscious programming from childhood of like money mindset things, that they were probably always broke and didn't have enough money. And also B, the relationship example of her parents and also the environment that she grew up in, like the hood. I imagine that like a lot of people in that environment are abusive, toxic, they cheat on their partner, all of those things. So if she really wanted, she could have lived a completely different life if she had reprogrammed her subconscious mind. So that would have taken her like working on it by herself or with a coach or in meditation or something to look at like, okay, what did you grow up with in your past? Like, what types of things were you programmed to believe about yourself and about the world? And how can we change that to better align with what you actually desire in your life? So if she wants love, like she would have to do the programming techniques to reprogram herself to actually believe that she's worthy of healthy love. Of course she's worthy of healthy love. Everyone is divinely, inherently worthy of being loved and respected and valued by a partner who treats them well. The problem is we have all this subconscious programming that tells us that we're not. So then we accept less than what we truly deserve, and we accept a life that's just the past repeating itself into the present and into the future. You really have to reprogram your subconscious mind. Same thing with all the money. Like, she was making so much money, but her subconscious mind couldn't handle it, wasn't comfortable with it, said, nope, it's not safe to have all this money, and created an external reality that made all of that money disappear and go away. So she was working super hard, doing everything she could, and it was like she couldn't get back on top of her money because that was her subconscious programming. But you can literally just reprogram your subconscious mind and then be able to save and like make more on investments and things like that. And it doesn't have to be super hard or super complicated. Like, it's literally just a thing that you can do, kind of like learning how to do math homework. Like, everyone goes to school and learns how to write an essay and do multiplication and division. Like, subconscious programming is like that. It's just another thing that you can learn how to do. So please, please, please do it so that you can actually live a life that you love. And it's just so sad because she's seeking this fulfillment from performing, and you see her going up on these stages and singing to like the masses, to millions of people, and she's just so dead inside. Like, she goes back at the end of the night and she's just alone and empty and sad and just wants drugs. And those drugs, it's like, I've never done drugs, so I don't know what it's like, but I imagine that they give you that high, but then as soon as it's done, you go back to be even lower than before, leaving you worse off than when you started, and you're just in this constant need for more. You need to feel more, you need to numb whatever pain you have inside of you, and it's this never-ending loop of seeking things outside of you to make you feel better, whether it's validation from others, like on a big stage, or from the drugs, or maybe it's scrolling on TikTok, scrolling on social media, maybe like it could be literally anything. And this drives me to another point, that when we seek, so okay, this is a common experience that we all have, and you can definitely relate to this. When you have some sort of feeling of emptiness or a void or a pain or discomfort within you, and then you're like, I need to make this feeling go away, this yucky, uncomfortable feeling. So I'm gonna turn to something outside of me to make me feel better. Maybe it's food, maybe it's alcohol, maybe it's drugs, maybe it's being on your phone, being on social media. It could be literally anything. The point is that you're seeking something outside of you to take away the pain you feel within you. And the problem with this is, A, it's only temporary. Oh, a bird just flew like right next to my window. It kind of freaked me out. Okay, anyways. A, it's only temporary. And as soon as it's done, like, that feeling is going to return. And B, you are going to continue to need more and more and more of that stimulus, of that thing outside of you, to take away that pain and to make you feel better. So it's this never-ending loop of you being dependent on something outside of you to make you feel better, which is really just you being a victim to your environment and being controlled by external sources. So that brings me to my point that the truly, truly, truly only thing that will ever make you feel like so good and so happy and so fulfilled is by generating the feelings that you desire to feel within you. If you've never done this before, it is going to be really hard at first, probably. I mean, it was really hard for me to do this for months when I began doing this. It feels very foreign. You're like, how am I supposed to feel happy and loving if nothing is making me feel that way? Well, let me tell you, it's a practice. If you practice doing it every single day, you will learn how to make yourself feel happy. And it feels foreign, and it feels hard, and it feels impossible at first, but through practice, through repetition, practicing it, trying it every single day, it will happen, and you will become your own greatest source of joy, of love, of freedom, of happiness, of bliss, of purpose. Whatever it is you desire to feel, you will generate those feelings from within you, and you won't be reliant on anything outside of you to make you feel that way. And that's the most empowered state that you can be in, and that's what I want for every single person on this earth, for you and for me to just feel so in love with life. And like, we don't need to go buy anything or go do anything or know anybody to make us feel that way. Like, we have everything we need within us, and you can do it by generating it from within. And the greatest way that I am able to do this personally is through meditation. Disconnect from this physical world, from the illusion of this reality. Disconnect from your vision, from your taste, from your senses, and connect to the void of nothing. Get present with your spirit, get present with your awareness, and just work on generating those feelings. I remember it feeling so foreign the first times that I did this, and I was like, this doesn't make any sense, this is impossible. I promise you it is possible. People ask me all the time, why are you so happy? Why are you so in love with life? You know what? It's because I practiced it. It's literally a practice. I practice it every day. I still practice it. Now I practice it all the time with my eyes open. I practice feeling those feelings, generating it from my heart, feeling it in my whole body. I practice being a happy person. I practice being in love with life, okay? And I am. And then this brings me to my last point. If Whitney Houston was able to generate these feelings from within her, these feelings of love, of fulfillment, of happiness, of joy, of freedom, of financial abundance, if she could really feel that inside, she wouldn't need anything outside of her to make her feel that. So she would have never gotten addicted to drugs and been in a toxic relationship, etc. So you don't need anything outside of you. B, you end up attracting in your external world what you are and your state of being on the inside. So she would have ended up attracting a healthy romantic partner. She would have ended up attracting a wonderful business manager and financial advisor that invests her profits and makes her more money, and she can donate it to charity and whatever. Like, whatever you feel and believe and embody on the inside, you attract in your external reality. Every single living thing has an electromagnetic field. Your brain creates electrical charges in this field, and your heart creates magnetic charges in this field. Together with your thoughts and your feelings, you create the electromagnetic charge. Scientists measure this. They measure the electromagnetic field of all living things, of humans, of eggs, of plants, of animals. Everything has it. It's scientifically measured. You just can't see it with your senses. And whatever you are radiating from within outward, you are creating a magnet. You are literally a magnet. So whatever you feel and think and believe on the inside, you attract on the outside. So I wish I could have been there when Whitney Houston was 19 or 20 and starting her journey. And I wish that I could share these messages with her, because it would oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. If I can't do it for her, maybe I can do it for someone else. I can do it for you. It's been done for me, and I've done it for myself, and now I just want to help as many people, every single person in this world, do that for themselves too. Okay, now I'm gonna share a poem from my book because I think I've wrapped up my topic. So this is my poetry book. It's called Pure Love. It's available on Amazon, and I'm gonna turn to a random page. Oh, okay, so I turned to this random page. It's page 99. I'm actually gonna gift this specific copy. I signed it to my friend Mariana. I'm so excited. I'm gonna package it up and send it to her today. So this poem says, oh, it's about meditation, by the way. A place of technicolor, it surrounds me in trance. I speak and it speaks back, a playful dance. Trust and it will wrap you in safety. Love and it will give you bliss. Create here and it will show up there. The best part is when it takes you for a ride that leaves you mesmerized. Quantum creations. So I wrote that because if you create love in your meditation, it will give you love. If you trust the unknown, it will give you the most blissful, beautiful experiences you'll ever know. And it will also give you some cool visions. I've had some really cool visions and experiences in meditation, and you will get feedback in your environment that what you are doing is working. Okay? You will get synchronicities and crazy things out of the blue in a way you could have never forced or created. These things will just start showing up in your life when you meditate and you create and generate from within. I'm sending you so much love through this video, from my heart into yours. I hope you have the most magical, beautiful day, and I am going to create more videos giving you specific step-by-step instructions of how to reprogram your subconscious mind, how to change specific beliefs and struggles. So if you guys have certain things that you want help with, you want guidance with, maybe it's how to attract a healthy romantic partner, maybe it's how to heal different money beliefs, maybe it's different health and wellness, whatever it is, whatever you would like guidance on, please comment below, please share it, and I will create videos teaching you and walking you through how to reprogram these. We're gonna do it together, okay? We're healing together. And if you're here and you watched to the end of this video, you're doing it, we're doing it, it's happening, okay? We're creating a whole new world together. I love you, and I'll see you at my next video.